All right, so we was pretty much going over, some people are going to get left behind. Some people are going to see AI for what it is and take advantage of this technology. I wanted to get your thoughts on currently, what do you think are the best AI tools, platforms, and just some of the best use cases that you use on a day-to-day basis? Yes, we got Google Bard and ChatGPT, but what is something that you say you would use every day as far as like AI?
Hmm. I would say so. Me personally, ChatGPT is just my number one,
Yep.
just because of how versatile it is. It's like a Swiss Army knife. I use that as my second brain to map
Oh,
things out, to map out my thoughts. Um, because, like I said in the beginning of the at the back, I can't speak today. Like I said at the beginning of the interview, there's a lot of people who know about ChatGPT and how to use it,
oh,
but very few people know how to use it effectively and to the extent that it can be used. So when those are two very different things, and the latter is like it becomes a totally different tool, right? Um,
hmm.
However, for the purposes of this question, besides Chat GPT, I am a big fan of Copy AI. Free promo for Copy AI. The reason why I'm a big fan is because I do a lot of text based things, whether it's sending out my weekly newsletter or just revising the copy on my website or
Hmm.
whatever it may be, right? Copywriting is always going to be here. And
Yeah.
I don't necessarily use the result like while I do like the results I get from Copy I usually don't use them. Not that they're bad, but so it generates a piece of copywriting for those of the listeners who don't know what Copy AI does. It generates a piece
Hmm.
of copywriting, whether it's ad copy or sales copy or just scripts or whatever it is. Anything written based Copy AI does is used by Fortune 500 come forth. I don't always use the result I get from it, but I use it as a benchmark of comparison to where I measure up, right? Because as uh, as natural as AI can sound now, and human like as it can sound, and as a human like that personal style of speaking and writing, right? So sometimes I'll look at it, and it's like having a professional copywriter to work with, and just to compare your results to, right, and figure out why their
Hmm.
copy works and why yours isn't. So sometimes I'll do a piece of copywriting, and I'll get Copy AI to do a piece of copywriting for me, just generate something for me based on my prompts, and let's just compare the two. So that is why I really like Copy AI. Another tool that I use, uh, besides Chat GPT and Copy, you put me onto. I'm pretty sure you or one of the folks on in our squad, but Opus Clip.
Mm.
If I'm an AI tool that clips short form video content out of long form videos, man, oh man.
Clutch.
I've seen other tools out there that do it. I have not seen a tool that does it as well as Opus Clip, especially now that YouTube is my primary platform for content and that I'm
Hmm.
doing long form content. Wow. Like, it's like I don't have to come up with content just for TikTok or just for YouTube Shorts. It's like it's everything I want from like a I was really considering hiring like a content editor to just clip out clips for me, but in
Yeah.
the nick of time, you guys put me onto this thing, and I'm just like, whoa! It does it so well. Like the parameters you can play with, like you know, I can't even hold on. Like I here, wait, hold on. Okay, I'm not gonna go through it right now because I'm still learning the tool,
Yeah.
but um,
Yeah.
it gives you a score. Like it gives you a
Hmm.
score for all the clips, and it lets you set parameters for where in the long form you want to start clipping and the things you wanted to pay attention to, the topics. It puts in the captions, of course, and the emojis, of course. It does the clips at the right time. It's amazing. My mind is blown. I used it for the first time today, and I immediately, like within 5 minutes, I paid for it. Like I paid for the highest subscription. It's that good. I think that is probably the most useful as a content creator. The most useful AI tool out there right now is Opus Clip. That might be on top of ChatGPT for me.
Yeah, hands down. Anything that could save you time and become more efficient is a game changer. And like Opus Pro, man, that's been like a life changer for me. Like when I seen that and then like seeing that you were able to like use it for free and then like how you said upgrade, I'm just like, take my money. Here you go. Like just take it because this is a game changer for content creators. And if you're a content creator, or even if you're not a content creator and you want to make some money off these YouTubers and TikTokers, use this and like just man, like it's crazy. Definitely check out Opus Pro. Opus Pro cut the check. One of the tools that I've been using actually on a day-to-day basis. And I considered you the GOAT with this AI website. And we ain't gonna get banned here on this, podcast, but Durable, man. Durable is so clutch, man. Being able to, for the people that don't know, Durable, you can create a website within 30 seconds with just a click and tap of a few buttons. And that is just game changing. Like mind just blown. But on that topic, you said YouTube is your primary channel for creating content now. Let's talk about the TikTok ban, man. Recently, they took you off of TikTok. They took the #1 AI consultant off of TikTok, man. Like, just what's your first thoughts about that, and just what's your advice for the next up and coming, AI consultant? Like, what would you just tell? Like, just spill it. This is a safe space, bro. We won't shut you down over here, man.
All right. So let me be very clear in saying I don't know why I was banned. I do not know why I was banned. I don't know if it's, I mean, it's obviously the platform that made the final decision, but I don't know if I was being reported and my content was being reported, or I don't know if it was the platform maybe just trying to auto detect what it thinks was a violation of its community guidelines. Like I don't know if it's someone out there who's purposely reporting my stuff, or if it's just a platform that is flagging my stuff. Either way, unjustifiable because all of my content was family friendly. I didn't swear in any of my content. It was completely educational. It was very beginner friendly, telling you like it was business 101 or AI 101. Everything was perfectly executable. I'm one of the only people on that platform with a proven track record of having made other people money with AI, with the things that I was teaching, or just having made their lives easier to the point where, I'd have people coming to me saying they were able to launch their business or make, several thousands of dollars selling websites, because of me teaching them about Durable or make money on Fiverr or whatever it is, right? So I do not know why I was banned, because the overwhelming response was that I was helping people, right? And you don't get 30,000 followers in 2 months by being a negative influence. You know what I mean? Like clearly there was some value that people were getting out of what I was saying. And I like to think that there are a lot of AI content creators out there, and I'm not a content creator by trade. I just use it to brand myself, to brand my business, because I'd be stupid to neglect the opportunity that is content creation, right? Otherwise, I was doing what I was doing off camera. But anyway, so there are a lot of content creators out there talking about AI. Very few of them are talking about, are showing you a roadmap on how to go from zero to hero, or from nothing to something, or from $0 to $1. Actually, like actually showing you, and then live streaming themselves doing it, like live streaming themselves making the ebook or building the
Yep.
website. Very few people are actually doing it. It's usually like, hey, here's the new Chat GPT plugin, or hey, like this is what's
Yeah.
possible with Chat GPT, but not actually doing the thing. I do the
Mm-hmm.
thing. I actually do the thing, and then people just like can run on autopilot because they saw Pablo do the thing, so now they can just copy it. And I think that is what was threatening, because sometimes things can seem too good to be true, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is the case when we have an emerging technology that is moving as quickly as AI, right? When in your first interaction with ChatGPT, just like we talked about before, I'm sure we can both agree it felt like it was too good to be true at some points,
Mm-hmm.
just with what was possible. So now, when not only do you take the concept of ChatGPT, but do you actually prove that you can make a dollar with it over and over and over again? You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? Like that is when things seem extra too good to be true, like way too good to be true. And I think whether it's TikTok or the individual out there who may or may not have been reporting me, I think that is what um, prompts a ban or prompts people to think that this is a fraud or a scam. It's not. Like I live stream myself doing the thing for a reason, so that it's live, so that there
Mm-hmm.
cannot be any lie in this, right? Like that is the whole point. That is why my content was so organic. It's literally me holding a phone just like this, talking about what I'm doing and then doing it. And then, you know what I mean? Like taking you through the
Yeah.
journey and helping walk you through yours. Um, anyway, so we essentially lost 30,000 followers in a day, which is not a big deal because, what that tells me is that there's something to this, that there's a
Mm-hmm.
demand for this. Um, and, it also tells me as a business person, which I knew going in, but not to be overly reliant and dependent on one platform because they can silence you. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So I guess if we're talking about advice for up and coming content creators, I have no water in this cup. I'm not gonna act like I have water in this cup. It would be not to be overly reliant on one platform, right? I can't like obviously, yeah, watch what you talk about, but like who knows why I got banned? I
Mm-hmm.
wasn't saying anything crazy, right? Um, just diversify the platforms on which you show up and just go hard for the time that you're there. Don't worry about being the possibility of being banned. It can happen to anyone, right? While
Mm-hmm.
you're there, go hard, get your message out, show up, right? Because they're, you know, I get the question all the time, like if you're doing so well in business, or if you're making money, or if you know how to do this, why are you telling other people, or why are you spending time on TikTok if you have a business going, or if you're AI consulting? And I'm like, listen, fair question. I'd ask it too, but listen, number one, in 2023, it's okay to have multiple revenue streams. Like that is, let's normalize that, right? If Oprah is so rich off of the Oprah Winfrey Network, why is she publishing books? You know what I mean? Like if Gary Vee is so rich from VaynerMedia, why is he posting on TikTok 10 times a day? It's
Facts.
because, multiple revenue streams is an okay thing to have. Like, let's be honest, that's the goal.
Yeah.
And number two, if you know the power of content, the fact that we live in an attention-based economy, you'd be dumb not to be branding yourself. Because
Exactly.
what that did is it supercharged my business. It didn't take away from
Mm-hmm.
my business. It supercharged it. So that I'm going to be here in excess. You know what I mean? Because the ROI is exponential. I don't have to cold call people, right? So if you're
Mm-hmm.
going to create content, be here. Ignore the haters. Be here. Talk about AI.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure that you're not making it about you. Make it about the viewer. Before you hit
Mm-hmm.
upload, ask yourself, does this content change someone's life in any way, shape, or form? Is it informational? Is it transformational? Does it help them undergo some sort of transformation, be it a spiritual, a mental, a financial transformation? Are you walking them through something? Is it
Mm-hmm.
educational? Are you teaching them something that they didn't know before interacting with you?
Mm-hmm.
Or is it entertaining? Does it show people how to make money? If it's one of those 5 or 6 things, for sure, rest assured, your content's adding value, your job's done. And whether it gets 200 views or 2,000, it does not matter. Because for the person who ran into it, who needed to see it, they got value
Mm-hmm.
out of it. And there's a billion people on TikTok, plus or minus however many, but there's someone out there for your content. Don't worry about the views. I'm sorry. proof is in the pudding. I'm starting from zero right now.
Mm,
You know what I mean? I'm starting from zero right now. And I guarantee you in 60 days, I'll be exactly where I need to be. I'll have tens of
mm,
thousands of followers again because it's just a combination of massive value times massive output, right? And if you're not where you want to be content wise, you're messing up one of those two things. Either you're putting out a ton of content, but it's incredibly selfish
mm-hmm.
and you're making it about you, or you're making valuable content, value adding content, but you're just not doing it enough. You're not showing up
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah.
And there's a guy like you, Will, or there's a guy like me who is showing up 5 times a day, or five,
Yep.
you know what I mean? Like 3 times a day, 5 times a day. At one point, Will, I was at 20,000 followers posting 7 times a day still,
Mm, going
because
hard.
like when you type in the word AI consulting in TikTok, I don't know about now, but because my platform was banned, my profile was banned. But when you typed in AI consulting in TikTok, I was the only face, and there was a sea of
Yeah.
videos, and I was the only face that popped up because the
Yep.
strategy in content is dominate. The strategy of content is to dominate, right? And my
Yep.
this everyone has a different approach, but my approach is listen, quantity over quality until the quality speaks for itself. If you don't
Mm,
know what you're doing, if you don't know what you're doing, be honest about that, right?
yeah.
I'm in business right now, and I'm vlogging my trials and tribulations right now on YouTube with my business, so that people can see. Listen, like I admit when I'm bad at things. I admit that I'm bad at certain things like copywriting or whatever it is. So I may need to outsource to a professional, or I may need to go study up on YouTube. Be honest with what you're bad at and work at that. But hey, we live in a period of time where you can make money by talking.
Yeah.
That is insane, right? Like I
Yeah.
like if you cannot code in AI and you don't have a business acumen, or you don't want to be an entrepreneur, but you still want to make money, talk about it. Yes, you can make money in the AI space by talking about AI. Think about that, right? It's literally the
Mm,
best job you can have. This is why, like,
yeah.
even being totally honest, not that this is about me, but like, just as an example for the listeners, I'm in digital strategy consulting. One of our offerings is AI consulting. I'm trying to phase out of that. I'm trying to move over to full-time content creation because of
Mm-hmm.
how liberating this thing is. You get paid for being authentic. You get paid for being yourself. You get paid for talking about things that genuinely light you up. And so to the up and
Yep.
coming content creators, talk about the things that light you up, because it doesn't
Yep.
matter what you talk about, it's how you talk about it. And people will
Mm,
commit to you, will pay you, will hit the like button and the favorite button and the bookmark button and comment on your stuff for the things that you speak most passionately about. That, like, plain and simply, like, you can talk about cardboard boxes, but if you're
yeah.
passionate about it and you can talk about that thing, like I always say, people will pay you for whatever you can talk about passionately for 30 minutes straight, especially in consulting. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Look at Keith Lee. Like Keith Lee got millions of subscribe or followers on TikTok in however many months by doing food reviews. This was just a
Yeah.
guy that like liked to eat, and talk about it passionately. So guys, just show up.
Yeah.
Number one, show up often, and show up for the person on the other side. And if you don't worry about the niche, you are the
Mm,
niche. You
mm-hmm.
are the niche, right? At 30,000 followers, I was switching niches every couple of days. But people will buy into you for your ideas and your content, but they'll stay with you for who you are. So be yourself. Because there's a big enough market out there to support you in your dreams.
Mm-hmm.
Just remember to be yourself, and that market will show up. So yeah, a lot of different things I've learned along the way. Still learning, but if I had to say anything for up and coming content creators, it would be that whole package that I just shot at you guys.
Yeah. And like, man, you said so many gems in there. Like, it's kind of funny, bro, because like I've seen some of the most successful people on social media, like just being passionate about what they're doing, right? Like I've literally seen on like TikTok a guy washing windows every day, million followers, people coming to just tune in to see him wash a window, him singing and dancing. Like you just really gotta love it. I feel like that's the start. You gotta be passionate. It has to fire you up. And also, like you said, I don't know if it's they, but I just feel like in the education space, you know, I because for the viewers in the audience that don't know, like I even got a strike on my AI channel, like doing the exact same
Crazy.
thing, showing people how you could potentially make money using AI, and I got a strike. So the importance of all this, what me and Pablo are saying, is that you cannot depend on these social media platforms solely, right? Use these social media platforms, the YouTube, the TikToks, the Facebook, as advertising, marketing platforms, and grab the audience from there and bring them to your community, your email list where they're safe. Because, like you said, what you did was you had 30,000 followers. I guarantee you it probably would have hurt a lot more if you had 10 million followers and it just went away overnight. So sometimes we have to look at things as like a blessing in disguise. And like you said, you seen this as okay, they need this in the market. This whole experiment has shown like okay that there's a space for this. So to all my content creators and people that have went through the same thing, like getting banned and getting strikes and not knowing like why it happened, just always just keep that in your mind, like okay, I'm using these platforms to get these people off to my private community, to my place where they can follow me wherever. So that's just one of the
Well
like
said.
key gems I think
Well
people
said.
really need to like realize with social media. You don't own this. You don't own, like you can have 100 million followers, you can have 10 million followers. It don't matter. You don't own none of those
Yep.
followers. So
Yep.
you guys definitely like you never know. And like you said, you never know. Me and you, we educate. We're not on
Yeah.
social media twerking, being half
Yeah.
naked or just doing some wild buffoonery. We trying to help
Yeah.
people out. You see what I'm saying? And we getting strikes. So like we said, we don't know why. We'll never know why. But what we do
Yep.
know is the proper methods to like court social media and like how to use it effectively. So
Yeah.
um the last thing I want to touch on before we get out of here, man. You obviously you're a young hip guy, probably 20, 22, 23. But I just want to know, like, let's talk to 18-year-old Pablo now. If you were able to talk to an 18-year-old Pablo, right, knowing all the things that you know now, like what is the best piece of advice you would give to 18-year-old Pablo to just help him like get through whatever he's trying to get through?
Oh man. Oh man. And you know what? That's part of what I'm doing on my YouTube right now is just talking to my past self, right?
Mm,
Because a lot of my audience was 16 to 20-year-olds, right? Trying to get
mm-hmm.
their start in business and in life, right? Trying to get their momentum going, right?
Yeah.
So to 18-year-old Pablo, wow, man. So at that time, he was just starting university, getting a business degree. Ooh, yeah. You know what?
And it
Okay.
could be as far as anything. It don't have to be AI related. It could be just some game that you can give, somebody that's watching this that don't have to make the same mistakes that me and you did. Because
Uh,
a person like myself and a person like you, we've invested thousands of dollars in courses and just knowledge and just stuff like that to be
yeah.
where we are now. Like none of this
Yeah.
stuff happened overnight. So
Yeah.
like what would you share for that 18-year-old Pablo to help him get a head start and just get to where you are now without making all of the
Yeah.
mistakes?
I got you. I got you. I got you. Give me 1 second. Okay. So here we go. All right. So the first thing I'd say is, and this is going to sound counterintuitive to what a lot of people say, but I would say when you're that young, you should you should be spending money on yourself, investing in
Mm-hmm.
yourself. I
Mm,
think, like, yes, there is something to learning how to save money and building that discipline, but like you should be executing on all of your ideas. You should be executing on all of your ideas. You should be spending money on education and learning and trying to get into people's networks, spending money on
Mm-hmm.
mentorship if you have to. Like spend,
Mm,
spend, spend. Money is a tool to
mm,
get you closer to where you want to be. You should not have that
mm-hmm.
much money in your bank account. I'm sorry. Like it's like you
Mm-hmm.
save, yeah, save your little 10% of whatever you make. But if you're asking if it's me giving my 2 cents on what I would tell Pablo, dude, like you should have next to nothing in your bank account because you're
Mm-hmm.
investing all of that money into moving forward, whether it's paying for ads or paying for a website or investing in a course. Like spend the money. Yeah, you're going to spend money on courses and not get anything out of them, absolutely, but
Mm-hmm.
do get into the habit of taking those types of risks. Like
Yeah.
that is a habit, right? Spend money, execute on all of your ideas. That's the first thing. And I don't know how many pieces of advice I'm allowed, but let me give a quick two or three.
Go
So
ahead.
spend money. The second thing is, you know, a lot when you're that young, you your head's in the future of
Mm-hmm.
this is where I want to be in 5-10 years. Like I see everybody else on the internet, 16 driving Ferraris, which is so inflated. It's
Mm-hmm.
not that. It's not like that. It's
Yeah.
not. It's not where you are supposed to be anyway. You know what I mean? It's
No.
so skewed. But people want to rush. I
Mm-hmm.
remember, especially as a young, ambitious man, you there's this feeling of like I need to be there. You're seeing a lot of people make it to the NBA now. You're seeing these child
Mm-hmm.
rap stars blow up at 16, 17. Like you're like,
Yeah.
what am I doing with my life? No, like don't don't rush. It's easier said than done. Because you're only like at that point you're 18 for the first time. Like you don't have the hindsight yet, is what I mean. So it's easier said than done. But like take things one step at a time. Be
Mm-hmm.
be aggressive every single day. Like honor the day, make the most out of every day. Squeeze
Mm-hmm.
squeeze the last drop out of the towel, whatever that means for you. Whether it's like working out or whatever you're doing, be aggressive about doing it and learning it. Whether it's learning how to trade or learning how to swim or whatever it is, be aggressive in the day. Honor your 24 hours, but be in the 24 hours and nowhere
Mm-hmm.
else. You know, don't rush because when you are trying to get somewhere quickly, you usually end up running in circles, and that's what I did
Yeah.
for a long time. Right, I worked quickly, but I usually worked in the wrong direction, or
Mm.
I went in circles, right? And I had a lot of admiration for I had a lot of admiration, sorry, for the people around me who were able to take things slow, like to
Mm-hmm.
do like the one step at a time, right? And you think they're not getting anywhere with their lives, but in 6 months' time, like that is how you take advantage of time. That's how you leverage it. Like slow and
Yep.
steady wins the race. The tortoise and the hare. Like that story is so true. Um,
Mm-hmm.
take your time, do things one step at a time. It's very high level general advice, but if you take the time to just synthesize it for my past self who's watching this in a different timeline or for any of the listeners, like um, don't rush. You're in competition with yourself, and that's hard to see at 18
Mm.
as to why that might be so, but you really are in competition with yourself and yourself only. You when the
Yep.
lights turn off and the doors close and the blinds are shut, what matters is how you feel about yourself, how you feel about what you did that day, not what anybody else feels like. But because when you're 18, a lot of it is like, what do other people think about me?
Mm.
You know,
Facts.
haven't really learned to validate yourself yet. You're starting to
Mm-hmm.
go to, you're starting to you're having a lot of new experiences for the first time. In a fast forward a couple of years, you'll be going to clubs for the first time, and you'll be drinking for the
Yeah.
first time. It's like you're seeking a lot of external validation, whether you want to admit it or not. And the
Yeah.
faster you can get to validate, if you're going to work quickly in anything, work quickly to get to the point where you validate yourself.
Mm.
Usually that comes from following through on what you say you're going to do over and over and over again, right? Specific examples: go to the gym or Do something like 60, 90 days in a row. Like make these little small commitments to yourself and fulfill them. When you do that, you build trust in yourself. You have confidence in yourself. When you're confident in yourself, you validate yourself in that order. And if you can get to the point where you're validating yourself and hopefully skip the part where you need to show other people who you are, easier said than done.
Yeah.
You will see the successes you want so badly a lot sooner. It's a bit counterintuitive, and I know I said a lot of general advice, guys, but if I could recap, spend money, just spend it. It'll come back. Don't worry. Just spend it. Honestly, just spend it. You should be running on very thin margins in your account. Spend it on things that'll take you forward. Don't rush, and honor the day. Honor your 24 hours. It's okay to be present, guys. Like it's okay to be right here, right now. And that's the only thing that you can have any power over anyways, is what's happening right here, right now. So those would be, if I had like a quick 5-minute conversation with my past self before he jumps timelines again, that's what I would say.
Yeah, facts. And like just to quickly add on top of that, like I feel like you said earlier, you hit it so, man, I can imagine being 16 or 18 or 17 in this generation, right? Because all you see on TikTok and social media is the 16-year-old with the Lamborghini or the Mercedes and stuff like that. But is that really reality? You know, that is like a very small percentage. So what I would tell like anybody watching this, or what I would tell, 18-year-old Will, Prince of Gems at the time, I would just tell him like the only person you're in competition with is yourself. Right. And forget the lone wolf stuff, right? Nobody on this earth has done it alone. Right. You need to network and meet up with people that have been where you're trying to go, learn from them so you can get there faster and get ahead, right? And that's something that we do inside of the Digital Wealth Network. I have to plug you in, you know what I'm saying? We're learning how to get ahead with AI from, so many different minds and stuff like that. And like if you're young, man, I just pray that this young generation just don't fall for the traps. Like I need to be successful at 18. I need to be successful at 17. Like, no, take your time, save yourself from making mistakes by learning from other people who have done the things that you want to do. And you will get so much like done and get closer to your goals, like in an instant. So I'm all about collaboration over competition. When I was younger, I thought I had to be the best. I mean, I feel like everybody thinks you should think that you're the best, but that shouldn't stop you from collaborating with other people, right? Because that's how you get ahead. The most powerful thing in each country is the family, right? Nobody does it alone. So that was just a quick thing I wanted to add on top of that to what you said.
Can you say that last line again? The most powerful thing in any country is a family. Say it one more time.
Yeah, the most powerful thing in any country, any corporation, anything is a family, right? It's a group, it's a collective of people. And we're gonna have to do a part 2 of this podcast too, because we can go on for on and on. But
no doubt.
You're sold this, myth that, especially in America, I can do it all on my own. I'm an entrepreneur, I'm the best. It's all about me. But no, behind every super successful person is a team, right? Nobody on this earth can do everything alone. That's just not how it works. So that is like the single piece of information I wish I could have told myself at 18, because, like yourself, like we're talented people. Yes, we can do a lot of different things, but can we do them all efficient and effective at the same time? No, that's impossible.
Yeah.
So you want to find people that have strengths in different areas and see how it can align to whatever it is that you have going on, and everybody elevates together. I'm thankful and grateful that I've been able to learn so many new things that I've been able to learn. But if I can go back in time, I would have just said, bro, you don't need to know how to edit, as good. You don't need to know how to, mix and master and do audio engineering, You don't need to know how to, run Facebook ads and, do it. Like there are people that's their gift and they're really, really good at it. let them do that, and you shine and do what you're the best at. So
yeah, man.
that was the
Well,
single piece of advice that would have saved me so much time, man.
well, there's a reason why they call you Lord of the Gems, right? You
That's
do not miss, my friend. You do not
that's
miss
facts,
that
man.
that line you said about the most powerful thing. Yeah, the most powerful thing in any corporation or any place is a family. That just blew my mind in ways I cannot express, man. I'm gonna meditate on that, dude. But yeah, you got it, man. Like you're surrounding yourself with people who are just either better than you or on the same wavelength or the same trajectory. Like if we're talking about, the Digital Wealth Network, for example, we have folks in there that are younger than us, right? And
Mm-hmm.
there's still value in them being like, we still get value out of them being in there because of what they add to the atmosphere. Like they add a sense of youth, they add a sense of ambition, they add that positivity. Like if you're, you know, don't worry about what value you add as a young person, because just the fact that you are there and willing to show up,
Mm.
that adds value to the people who are quote unquote above you, right? Because it gives them a sense of like, oh man, the young kids are out here showing up. Like I have to be like, it gives them a sense of um, ambition as well. Like it relights a fire in us who are older than you, right?
Yep.
And man, there's so much to be said about that. Yeah, but community and collaboration over competition, 100%. 100%, dude. I'm loving this conversation so far, by the way. This is really dope. Really, really good.
Facts. Facts, bro. We definitely gonna have you on again, man, to pick your brain, man.
Yeah,
Before the
100%.
time run out on us again and we get kicked out, go and give yourself the plug, man. Let people know where they can follow you. Let them know what to check out. Let them know what you got going on, man.
Appreciate it, my guy. This will help, especially after the TikTok ban. So
Right?
primary, yeah, primary content platform is YouTube. You can catch me on my YouTube channel. It's just my first last name, Pablo Milandu. That's PabloMilandu. You'll find all my stuff on there. If we're talking TikTok as well, which I'm back on now, it's Pablo.Milandu. Any other profile is a fake. Unfortunately, we have impersonators, but it's mainly YouTube and TikTok. Instagram is Pablo.Milandu as well. Other than that, if you guys don't know where I am now, you'll be seeing me sooner than later. So
Facts. Facts. We definitely go have Pablo in, man, to give us some of these gems. And make sure you guys check out www.thedigitalwealthnetwork.com. Correct? Is that what it is? I'm gonna plug it in the description so they not gonna fall for the scams that are impersonators. I'm gonna plug them in, but we appreciate you guys taking your time to check out this podcast. Make sure you like, subscribe, all that YouTube, TikToky stuff that people tell y'all to do. And like I said, thank you, Pablo, for sharing your time. I know you're a busy man in the world of AI, and looking forward to the next conversation, my guy. Salute.
thank you, Will.
All right, we'll catch you guys on the next episode. Peace out.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you for having me on.
All love. Peace.
Peace.